Now let's see if we got going on. Let me see. It looks like the pod track is moving up and down. It looks like Streamlabs is moving side to side. Look at this pale, awful whiteness. No, not my skin. No, not that. It's not that. No. It's the background. It's the lighting in here. It's the echoey and stuff. That's not supposed to be. I got to move things around. God damn it. Let me scroll down. You know, black's got to go. And we got to scroll up to the show, neighborhood show. There it is. Look at that. Just like we were trained broadcast professionals and knew what we were doing. Well, it's a Gen X Talks podcast. No, it's a live stream. Gen X Talks live stream. I don't know what the difference is. Podcast, live stream, podcast. I don't know. I'm here. You're there. I talk. You listen. I lie. You believe it. We both drink. Everybody's happy. Call it what you will. I don't know that I know enough about the topic to describe it correctly, but it's 6 or 7 minutes after 6 p.m. Los Angeles time. Everybody should be drinking by now. You should have been pre-gaming and getting ready. If you drink before the show, then you're ready for the opening lie. I mean, what if I lie at the very beginning, which I did? I said it was a podcast, and it wasn't. It was a live stream. No. Got it wrong. Got it upside down. Backward and forward, up and down, yin and yang, black and white. You know what I'm saying. April 17th, and we got some stuff to talk about, and it's not the deep talk. No. Not the deep talk stuff. We're only on YouTube tonight. This is a YouTube exclusive. You know, we almost made it tonight where it was just going to be members only. Yeah, that's how narrowed the field we were going to make this. But at the discretion of people above me, above my pay grade, they said don't do it. So we're just going to take some common sense. I got some pictures to show you that I don't understand. We're going to apply some common sense. We're going to dig some Generation X stuff, and we're going to come at it hard and see if we can describe and dissect what the fuck is going on with these pictures. But before we do, the side-to-side picture of Gen X Mom and I is, oh no. Believe me, that picture you're looking at for Gen X Mom, way better than what she looks like right now. She has been sick today, hurting today, tired today, upside down and backwards today. She's been crawling around the floor all day long, face first. It's not been a pretty sight. So, Gen X Mom, your microphone is on, your camera is off. Say hello to everybody.
Hello, everyone.
And what are you doing on your phone the whole time you've been having your eyes down?
I'm waiting for an ad on the YouTube so I can get on YouTube.
You're waiting... You're so cheap. You're not even a paid member of YouTube.
I don't know how that happened.
Wow. How can we hope and pray that others can support the program with $1 when you won't even do it?
I thought we did. Well, I can now see everybody. Hello, everyone.
Wow. That's all I've got to say is wow. Are you in chat? Because I could make you a moderator if you're in chat.
You know what? Trippy says you still get ads if you're a member. So,
yeah, you still get ads if you're a member.
Thank you, Trippy. I appreciate the backup.
You know what? You and Trippy blindly support each other. Oh my God. It's pathetic is what it is. All right. So, I'm reading one. Look at that. Disney Mama Sammy Jo, member for 32 months. KGXT Studios, Disney Mama Sammy Jo, a senior member of the staff, member for 32 months of the highest level. She didn't pull out $1 from her. No. She didn't take $1 out of her couch and say, make me $1 member. She took Trippy Pineapple's credit card and said, nothing is too good for the general. Let me charge full amount. And she still has. And it says, hey, YouTube, sorry, I can't save you from the general putting you into the woodshed tonight. But any of the night, come to Facebook where it does, and I'll keep you safe. Oh, look at that. Little plug for Facebook. Just let everybody know I can protect you on Facebook.
I have a text message from St. Donna.
Okay, go ahead.
Briggs is having a nice home-cooked dinner over here. I told you.
Do you want to tell everybody what I had for dinner tonight? Tell them. Go ahead.
Crackers and cheese.
And?
A banana.
Thank you. So Briggs is over at St. Donna's and Sun Valley Fox's house having a nice home-cooked meal.
I would love a home-cooked meal.
Wonder why he wasn't here. He wasn't back yet. He had dropped off the trailer today. And guess what? You know, he's there enjoying something nice and wonderful and cozy.
His aunt loves him.
And I got cheese crackers and bananas. Oh, it's not so bad about the banana, but it always reminds me of the banana sauce union. Oh,
and it was rice crackers, just so you know.
The whole thing was fucked up. It was
gluten.
No, just grab and go the whole time. Who cares? All right.
All right. Well, we have a couple birthdays tonight.
We do.
One is in the chat right now. It's our very own Dragon Slayer Jade is celebrating
Dragon Slayer Jade.
a birthday today.
Hey, Dragon Slayer Jade. I'm not sure how old you are. You're probably 32 or 33. I've seen your picture, so I know. But happy birthday.
Also, only the long-term members will know this one, and especially on the World Show, is Deepak's birthday.
Deepak. I remember
Yes.
Deepak from Ireland.
Yes, he is from Ireland. He doesn't always jump into the bottom of the glass nation, but he does.
He does
into
comment.
the world.
Yeah, he does comment because I see him on videos and stuff. He'll throw comments out there. So.
Also, one more for tonight. Mary Mathis, my
Mary
dear
Mathis.
friend Mary
Yes.
Mathis, got her big green 3 tonight.
Wow, another big green threes. For those of you paying attention and keeping score at home, if you're watching on YouTube, which is the only place you can be watching tonight, if you see a member go by, a name go by that's green, they are a member, not a subscriber, a member. If you see a number 1, big red 1, means they've been a member for a year. The big blue 2 means they've been a member for 2 years. In the rare form and occasion, you see a 3 by the side of their name. They have been a member for 3 years. Big green 3. Good stuff going on. Lots of time left before I kick the bucket. We may get up to 4s and 5s and 6s. You don't know. All right. So, Gen X Mom, do you got anything else on there you want to run by?
Star Roberts just gifted 5 Gen X Talks memberships on YouTube. So those coming over onto YouTube for the first time, you're getting a membership. But what
That
do they
is
get?
J.D. Allen, Saint Raven, Chillin', Sonia, Top Gun. You guys can all look behind the scenes now. You're members. You go to the community section, was now called the post section of the Gen X Talks YouTube page, and you can scroll back through 4.5 years of members only stuff. There's some really cool stuff in there, stuff that we don't put out for public consumption, but you guys as members can see it. So that's a good thing there. Thank you. Star Roberts is good. You guys think, oh, he put up 5 memberships. They're $1 each. The $5. No, when those guys donate 5 memberships, it's way more than that because YouTube takes a cut if you're going to donate that. So it's probably around $15 or $18 for that. I know some of them were $25 when they did it. So just be thankful when Star Roberts does that. That's a really big deal. So thank you very much. All right. What else is there? Is there anything else where I can get on with the show?
No, the sheets are clean. It's all you, babe.
Light is green. The trap is clean. The sheets are empty. And here we go. All right. Just to see if everybody's paying attention, I'm going to put up a picture. I want you to put it in chat. Don't text it to my phone. Put it in chat. All 3 names. Go. 1, 2, 3, go. You know who all 3 names are? It's a rare. You never see these 3 people together. This is a rare picture, especially if you know who these 3 people are. That'd be like,
I think I know who they are.
You do? Okay, well, hang on.
too.
Let me see. Once I see the right answer go by, I'll let you answer out loud before I say it.
I'll cover it up.
All right, cover it up. Let's see. Okay, I do have a winner. Go ahead. Who do you think it is?
Rick James, Jack Nicholson, and Carrie Fisher.
And who got that first was Houdini. Jack Nicholas, Rick James, and Carrie Fisher. Benny H got it right too. See, there's a few in there. Okay, I thought I was pretty sure those were famous enough for you guys to get it. So we'll move on. But that was just a test of the emergency broadcasting system. If this had been an actual emergency, you'd have faces up there that you've never seen before, and I'd have been counting down from 10 with a timer. But it wasn't that bad, so you can get back to your regularly scheduled programming. Yeah.
Jeremy B said, "Is that Mama X in the picture?" No, it was not me.
I wish. No, that's not Mama X. Oh my God. No, that's not Mama X. What would you be hanging out with Rick James for? That'd be nasty to hang out with Rick James. Good Lord. All right, so there are some things that scrolled across the desk. I didn't get to the ones I wanted to. There are some other pictures coming on Saturday that we really have to dive into. But this is one that when these things came across here, I had to ask. And to be honest, this picture led me down the rabbit hole. I got to be fair with you. The French breast washer. This is an actual picture of an actual advertisement of an actual thing. It was a real device. I read the article on it. I don't get this at all. She's wearing clothes. Like, you don't have time for a shower. You don't have time for a bath. But what do you got to get the boob sweat off? You got to get what would you need this for? What instance do you need to pop out a tit and wash it? I'm asking now, Gen X Mom.
I have no idea.
Does this make sense to anybody? I mean, and then you cover that one up and wash the same. It doesn't wash anything else but your boobs. So here we are. I don't understand what the point of this is. It just
Dragon Slayer Jade goes, human titties. Humid titties.
Oh, humid titties.
Yes.
Yeah, is that just got a little boob sweat? But don't you girls just wipe boob sweat off with a napkin and keep going? I'm just saying, I don't, to have it actually wash, you could create a big mess.
Danny H says, is that the feminine equivalent of a man doing a quick ball wash in the bathroom sink?
Yeah, I guess it would be, but we're not doing it out in public. And, there's not a special machine that gropes your balls and does it for you. You just, you get some sweat going on there and you change direction and keep going.
She's definitely enjoying it, so.
Well, that was the last part of that. It's like, maybe we should call it like it, whether it's for sanitary purposes. And every woman's like, sure it is. Sure, it's for sanitary purposes. Okay, that's what you want to call it. I'm getting one because it feels good.
Hey, Spineless Wonder Boner is calling you out. Are you afraid of seeing titties in public?
No, I'm not afraid of seeing
Because you
titties in
said
public.
she's doing it in public. Like,
No, I'm just pointing out that it's like if you're going to do that, just whip one out and wash it. Why do you gotta hide it behind a machine? Just whip the girls out and let's go. I'm just, it's, what do I know? I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. I haven't had an original head in my thoughts since 1973.
So would you guys whip out your balls at a fountain in the middle of public and wash
Every
them?
chance we got.
Remember what happened today? Where'd we see you have to drop your balls in cold water? So
Yeah, what was that deal? It says drop your balls in cold water and ice to make your dick work better or something. And you were laughing going, I want to see you do that. I go, I'm not doing that. I had no intention of dropping my balls in ice water to see shit. Now, you say, would you guys do that? Yeah, let me help you out. Since Gen X Mom brought this up on the fly, let me give you an example here. All over construction sites, women walk by and men do the cat calling and hey, and in New York and Boston, they get a little rule. Hey, why don't you come over here? Why don't you walk on this side? Hey, suck this. I got something for you. Suck on these right down here, huh? And truthfully, girls get offended and they get upset and guys say, come over, and then life goes on. I'm arriving at a point. Do you know why women don't walk out and do the same thing when guys walk by? Hey, look at you doing pulling their boobs out. Hey, why don't you come over here and suck these? Come on. Why don't you come over here and pull on one of these? Let me get your fingers on one of these nipples. Come on, suck on this. What?
I know exactly why.
Why?
Because you guys will do it.
Because we would.
Wouldn't it be surprised if...
We'd be right over there doing it. So
wouldn't it be surprised with your cat calls and stuff and some girl goes, yeah, come over here. When you say, come suck on this, a girl walks over and goes, okay, drop them.
No, that's different than saying, come over here. I'm not climbing down off the building and going across the construction site to get fired. But if some girl starts walking over, yeah, I'm going to find a spot where the security cameras have a blind spot. I promise you. I'm just saying there's a difference between men and women. That's all I'm pointing out. All right, here's another one. This one, I don't understand. It's not obscene, but I just don't get it. A woman having a seam painted onto her leg to make it appear that she is wearing stockings in 1926.
Because you couldn't go without stockings back then.
What?
Nope. You ladies wore stockings every single day, every single time. So they were trying to beat the system and go without, because stockings back then were super hot.
Oh, okay.
They weren't like...
I was going to say, why not wear them? Wear some socks. Wear some pantyhose.
Hot. Super, super hot.
Oh, okay. So if you could find somebody that could paint it on there and make it look like it...
You could maybe get away with it.
Well, from a distance, right?
Yes.
What? Okay.
But there was a time it was like, I think it was even illegal at one time.
Well, that's what I'm getting. That was my next question. What happens if you don't wear them? Women had to wear stockings.
But I don't understand what was the punishment for what was if you were illegally not wearing stockings.
I think the cop would come along and throw you in the paddy wagon, take you to the station, give you the boob washing machine, and say, when you're done, we're putting you in a pair of stockings.
In the 80s and early 90s, I did have stockings with seams up the back. I loved them.
Yes, I know. And you had fishnet ones too. I'm just saying that there's no painting it on there. I don't know about that. I didn't even know that would be a thing. All right, moving on. Told you went
You're
down
not a girl.
rabbit hole. A full-faced swimming mask helped protect women's skin from the sun. How? What about your shoulders? What about your arms? What about your hands? What about your cleavage and neck, which is clearly visible in this picture? I don't understand if it's like, no. The sun The sun is so powerful and so deadly. What we need to do is we need to cover your face so the sun stays away. What about her legs? What about the rest of her?
Danny H has the best one-liners. I saw that pic and immediately heard, "Hey, you guys!"
Chunk from Goonies. Hey, you guys! Oh, Danny's actually a fifth of whiskey into a third of whiskey. So there we go. All right. I think I might give a prize for this. This is another one of those stupid things. If you can tell me what this invention is doing in the comment section, I don't know. I may send you guys a t-shirt. That's how obscure this fucking thing was to me. And then once I read the article on what it was supposed to be doing, I had no idea how it worked.
I can maybe guess.
Somebody already got it, believe it or not.
I haven't looked.
Okay, go.
Freckle removal? It looked like they had freckles on their face, right?
How would you get that?
Because I could see the freckles. That's like really
It
bad
could have been
freckles.
any girl with the freckles. Danny H got it right. Freckle, but it wasn't removal surgery. It wasn't surgery.
To add them?
Huh?
Was it adding freckles? Freckles are just
No,
skin
it
pigmentation.
removes freckles, but it wasn't a surgery. It was some weird air pressure thing and brush technique they did.
Weird.
I don't know. It just freckle treatment is the best way. Yeah, Shy put it. Freckle
I have
treatment.
an update on the Briggs. He's done with dinner and having warm chocolate chip cookies right now. That was from St. Donna. She's just letting you know. She wanted me to let you know.
That kid has got his head so far up his ass, he pissed me off today with gentle, kind, loving words. He built walls inside of my emotional fatherhood today. And now, to rub insult into the injury, he's getting a home-cooked meal. I had cheese and crackers and a banana, and he's having warm chocolate chip cookies. I swear to God. The only grace in this...
He didn't text me. St. Donna texted.
It's still about him. What's the only saving grace is the chocolate chip cookies are worthless. In fact, they almost go the other way, and those chocolate chip cookies that are warm over at St. Donna's house are torturous.
Why?
She has no milk. She has no milk to dunk them in. Therefore, are you really in heaven?
Oh, chocolate chip cookies.
Or are you in hell with no milk?
I'm going over to my brother's house. I'll be right back.
Can you wait till the show's done? For God's sakes. All right, moving along. Now we're getting into a little bit of a theme here. A policeman judges an ankle competition in London, 1930, and they're all blindfolded, and all you can see, of course, is their ankles. Now, I don't know how women behaved in the 30s, but I know how women behaved when I was growing up. I know how Gen X mom, your queen, would behave. If she was in an ankle competition, she'd be winking and smiling and showing a little more skin. Maybe a boob would pop out on accident just to get ahead with the judges in the competition. And this would negate any of that. Now, I've got to assume that in the 30s, it was also similar, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you assume that no, now, ladies, you can't make terrible gestures, you can't wink, you can't smile, you can't pop a boob out. In fact, you ladies do this kind of stuff so often, we're going to go ahead and block off the top half of you just to make sure you behave. Can't think of anything else, but I get the idea. I get the theme there. All right, what was it? Did that one move down here? Boom, 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 boom. Here's another one. A faceless beauty contest. I don't understand that. And why are the hats so fucking tall? These are taller than Abraham Lincoln hats. And why are they covering up the face?
Wow, that's a lot of skin for 1936.
It's a lot of skin, and I don't get it. I don't understand. Isn't part of the beauty the face? Isn't part of your beauty? I mean, what is the point of covering up the face? I guess, okay, to be fair, you could have a really unattractive woman with a beautiful body and she could win. I guess that's the case. I guess, that to think about this, you could put Trippy Pineapple in a woman's bathing suit with one of those mask coverings on, and Trippy could win. He'd have a shot because his face was covered. No beard, no hair, no pineapple, no mustache, and no geeky glasses. He would have a shot at it. It's just saying. I don't know if it's true or not. Here's another one. Contestants in the Miss Lovely Eyes beauty pageant in Florida wearing masks to obscure the rest of their face. So they literally cover you up and you just get to see the eyes. I don't get that because there's eyebrows and
that looks like a Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah. There's eyelashes and eyebrows and a little bit of mascara or whatever in there. But wouldn't you want to? I don't know. I think the face has to be part of the eyes, the feature, the lips, the stare, the posture of the head. I think it's got to be way more. I couldn't. Man, you'd have to have some really funky eyes to get someone's attention in Florida in 1930. I don't know. They're doing it, but whatever. This just is a little bit odd to me. But then again, no one asked me. I didn't write the rules. All right, last one that looks like this. This bra claimed to develop and strengthen the bust. Pause. How do you strengthen boobs? Now, I've been around boobs that can put your eye out. True story. I've been around them. That happens.
It's the muscle around the boobs.
Going to strengthen the boob. There's a machine.
That's why they sag, because we stop using the muscles on the side. I like where the armpit is.
Yeah, well.
Got to start lifting weights to build that muscle back up so the girls get perky.
All right. Well, we want perky girls. So the bra claimed to develop and strengthen the bust. All right. And was designed to vibrate.
Wow. That was the 70s.
Now, what for?
Wild.
What? I don't understand what the vibration's for. Would you want vibrating boobs?
Not particularly, no. That'd kind of be irritating if you have boobs, if you're like busted and you're, no.
And they're just vibrating. I guess people could hear it and someone across the office would go, hey, you got one of those new vibrating boob things.
Sahara H says, mine wave at my shoes.
So my grandmother used to say, when she was 87 years old, she goes, my boobs are always interested in what my feet are doing. Ooh, grandma, don't talk like that. So I'm just saying, you get to, it works out the muscles in your boob and it vibrates. And I don't understand what the vibrating part is. Wouldn't that just encourage guys to come up and go, hey, can I feel your tits? They look like they're vibrating.
Aaron said, is that where motorboating came from?
That's an automatic motorboat. You get to do it all the time. And is it just on or do you control it? Just asking. These are questions that I don't quite understand, just letting you guys know. All right, so we did get a storage unit today. I did poke around at a few different ones in the town of Minden. Some of them super, super expensive. I mean, almost like they don't want you to put your shit there. It's they hand you a business card and it says, what are your prices on storage units? What are the sizes, prices, and availability? And the guy almost looks at you like, there's so much money, you won't want to put your shit here. Now go away so I can sleep through the afternoon. That's the way it kind of felt. See what I was doing drinking right there? You should pay attention to what's going on. You just got your nose in your phone the whole time.
I'm watching the chat. Heavy hard drive for $5. $1 for the general drinking fund. $4 for the Stay Classy Gen X Mom Fund.
Wow.
Thank you, Heavy Hard Drive.
How about Get Classy, Stay Classy?
Wow. Also, Jamie Sanderson. Aloha, General Canada calling again. Long time no see. How you been?
I'm doing okay, eh? Just pulling over the side of the road, taking a few brewskis back, eh? Okay, so, yeah. So we go around to went around to a few places and tried to find some storage. Some of them super high priced. Mostly everybody pretty nice, but we found a guy who it's kind of, I called and this girl answers and I say, hey, I was thinking about your storage unit. What sizes do you have? And I'm trying to describe it. And I say, okay, that sounds like a reasonable size, a reasonable price. Now, can I get my trailer to it? This is where the confusion broke down in the conversation. And Briggs had to straighten me out. She goes, yeah, those ones like that, you have to get on a waiting list. I said, you just told me that you had a 10 by 30 available. You just said that. And she goes, yeah, but I don't know if we have that big? I mean, the size you're talking about? I'm like, I just asked you if you had. Now there's a waiting list? I mean, how did she go from we have one available to there's a waiting list in 3 seconds? And Briggs is motioning. He's waving me off in the truck going, no, she thinks you're parking the trailer in it. And you got a big trailer. I said, no. Want to make sure I can get my trailer to the unit and put stuff away.
English, man. Speak
Not
English.
Putting it in the unit. See, so we drive over there. And believe it or not, it's down this dirt road, an unpaved road, clunky dunky back and forth, left and right, all the way to the very end. And we pull up, and there's a building there. Like you'd walk into the office. There's an office door. There's gates. There's parking slots out front, and there's signage. And there's a big sign on the door that says you're at the wrong spot. And I went, how could this be the wrong spot? There's a fucking sign on the building. We're here. And Briggs goes, you have to go back to this other place. The biggest part of the sign said, no business conducted here at this location. And I said, yeah, but I mean, I want to rent a facility. This includes renting facilities. I was like, okay. So we drive. I call her. I go, I'm obviously at the wrong spot. She goes, yeah, you're down the road. Turn around and come all the way back and just keep going straight. And I said, okay. So we turn around, go all the way back down there and find it and go in. And she's there, but her boss is there. I think he's the guy who owns it. Super nice guy. I mean, typical Minden, Nevada, nice guy. No, Sun Valley Fox, no. This guy, Don, yes. Clearly nice. Opposites. There's a scale. It would just go like this. Anyway, so he's all, yeah. Well, I said, look, can I get a break if I rent it for a year? I mean, I know I got to have it a couple years because it's going to take that long to build the house. And he goes, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. There's a move-in special. You get 25% off every month for 3 months. But we'll just sign you up for 3 months. Now, at the end of the 3 months, we'll put you on a 1-year contract, which is 10% off for an entire year because the 25% off is a better deal. But I can give you both deals this way. And I said, well, all right, that'd be cool. Guy's super friendly, helps me fill out all the paperwork. He said I had to fill out an alternate person to contact if there's an emergency. So I was going to write my wife's name. I was going to put Gen X Mom's name down there. He goes, no, it can't be someone that lives with you. So immediately I thought, okay, I got to find someone to put down who doesn't live with me, or I have to ask Gen X Mom to move out. I mean, at that juncture in my life, those were my only two choices.
Came to the fork in the road.
That's all that I had to sit there and ponder for a few minutes. Eventually, I flipped a coin and I began to fill out the paperwork with the Sun Valley Fox's name. And then it hit me.
What's that?
And I had to stop writing. I said, do I have to get along with the person? And Don says, what do you mean? I said, well, you're asking me for an emergency contact. Do I have to like the guy? Do I have to get along with the guy? He goes, no, not at all. He goes, I have to because I'll be calling him in the case of an emergency. I said, oh, well, then this will work out famously.
What determines an emergency? Did he tell you?
No, you know what? But what is a storage unit emergency? I guess that would be a fire.
That's about it. What else?
Avalanche.
Was it an avalanche country? Mudslide? Landslide?
It's cut out into the side of a hill.
So you can dig your shit out.
Well, yeah, if you wanted to rob my shit, you'd have to tunnel through the mountain till you got to the tin of the building, cut a hole in it, and then drag everything through the tunnel.
So pretty secure.
Pretty secure. Plus, he lives there. He comes down the road from the one office and goes to the office that you're not allowed to talk to, and he lives there. It's a house. And so he lives there, and that's his gig. He's a super nice guy. Briggs pointed out something great. I think I got a picture of it to show you guys. He gave us, first time I've ever rented a storage unit where they gave you a lock and key. He gave us a lock with 3 keys, and he hands it to us, and didn't think much about it till we got in the truck, and he showed us where we were going and what's going on. And then Briggs goes, hey, check this out. And you know how locks come in packaging, that plastic packaging we all hate, and you can't get it open, you got to have a knife, and even then he cut off the top. Customer service. He gave us the lock and 3 keys, and he cut off the top of it when he handed it to us. That is next level friendly. That is next level customer service. And that is Dawn. That's Dawn. That's good old boy Dawn. So we went on our merry way. I gave your brother one of the keys, and of course, he can't figure out what slot we're in. And Briggs points to the thing up there. We told him these buildings are labeled HHIIJJKKLLMM, and because the building we are in is got two L's like this on it, he can't figure out where we are. He thinks we're in 1195 or whatever. And Briggs goes, no, it's not 11, it's an I. He goes, no, that's an 11. This 1190. He goes, no. He goes, the whole building is I. And your brother's scratching his head, just like your brother go. I said, hey, what's in that box of stuff? Your brother was helping us move stuff out. He goes, these are Saga and Colecotex games. I go, Colecotex? He goes, yeah, Colecotex. Then, the funniest one is he goes, hey, we got to be, your brother picks up a box. We got to be really careful with this box. Now, he didn't open it to see what was in it. Well, and I'm talking to him across. I go, well, what's in it? Because you had it labeled. He goes, this is full of World War II stuff. And I said, World War II? I go, we got World War II stuff? I mean, I have a couple things, but it's in my safe back home. It's like, there's a box of World War II stuff.
What it is.
And Briggs is walking out. I go, do you know what that is? And Briggs goes, I don't know. We have World War II stuff. So your brother's holding this box carefully. You know, he's thinking there's grenades in it or something. And so what do you think it is?
The Wii.
The Wii.
The Wii stuff.
The Nintendo Wii. And you wrote Wii on it, and your brother goes, I got you some World War II stuff. Where are you putting the World War II stuff out here, buddy? You got some World War II stuff going on in here. That's the way the afternoon went. Not that I don't appreciate the help, but that's the way the afternoon went. He pulled out a box, and a bunch of shit fell behind it on the ground. He turns around to Briggs and goes, you planned it that way, didn't you? Well, here's a thought. No. Maybe you're just careless, Sun Valley Fox. Could it be you? Why would he immediately turn to his subordinate and go, you did this, didn't you? Yes, it was either a master skillful plan of bouncing around for 400 miles just so that everything landed perfectly to get the Sun Valley Fox, or it just sort of happened when you grabbed the box at the bottom and pulled everything out, and guess what? Everything on top fell. Why? It's gravity. The Earth sucks. As you get the gravity, the Earth sucks. What do you know from funny? Huh? What do you know from funny? Which is a nice pull that none of you will get but me. All right, so yeah, we got some stuff put away. We got 2 more runs to do with that stuff there. But in our haste, I noticed some things. We're going to run out of storage. But we got the important stuff. And I like this. I think if we had a box full of these, I'd be super happy. Lego introducing its French Revolution playset. I wouldn't mind giving up some storage room for a box of these. You see, I think that's funny. I mean, the French Revolution is maybe it comes with its own little Lego guillotine. Are you guys not getting this? This is funny shit, man. I'm not even drunk and it's funny. All right. Gonna go to the comment section. I'm gonna have a drink of water right here. Gen X Mom.
Star Roberts gifted another 5 Gen X Talks memberships on YouTube this evening.
Thank you, Star Roberts. He's our main go-to guy there. We have some regular guys that donate, but we're missing them tonight. Not sure where Scott Royston is, but I'll have to tease him a little bit when he gets here. Okay. In the comment section, I need you guys to decode this. Decode this and be the first one in the comment section. There we go. It's up. Please decode this for me and let me know. Boom, 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 ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Your girl knows.
Danny H coming through. Who else? Disney Kid coming through. Christopher Sievik coming through.
Good old Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, that's exact. Hey, we got some people doing that. All right, far out. That's great. Star Roberts is third. So is this the third gift of memberships tonight, or was I just fucking that up and said second?
I don't know.
There's quite a few of you guys. Look at that. Greta Hoving, she got it right. Justin Woods, Dale Wine. Dale Wine's usually over there on Facebook. Joined us over on YouTube tonight. I didn't know how many people would get that. I thought that was a little clever innuendo, but well done there. I'll give you one more. Let's see. Okay, a bunch of you got it. What was the actor's name?
Oh, they already did. Somebody already did that.
Oh, they did.
Noel.
Thanks, Noel. Thanks, Noel. No EL.
Would you like to know the name he's put?
Yeah.
Abe Vigoda.
What did he say? Buggoda?
Buggoda.
All right, he got it right. Yeah, you guys got that right. It's tough to trick you guys. It really is. So just so you know, we talked about on Tuesday in last show, we talked about the Banana Sauce Union. And more importantly, Dr. Shadowite. setting a trap which almost took out your beloved general. I tripped over that screw sticking straight out there. The screw's sticking up about half an inch, and I caught my boot on it, and all I heard was, "Down goes Frazier! Down goes Frazier!" I'm still alive. I'm still kicking. His murder attempt was unsuccessful, but it got a hold of the Sun Valley Fox today. Sun Valley Fox got a little hooked on it and turned immediately to me and yelled at me like it was my fault and said, "The Sun Valley Fox Nation will remain. We will still plant our flag." So even he understood the ramifications of Dr. Shadowite trying to take out the leader of an organization. So it all came to a crashing halt because Briggs grabbed a screwdriver and decided to screw it back in. He found a couple more that were ready to pop, block, and go. He put them in there and he fixed them, and away we went. So there you go. And now you know what I know, which ain't much. All right, Gen X Mom, anything?
Yes, Danny H says the Order of the Purple Twinkie is happy to hear that Mama X was uninjured.
Well, first of all, her narrow ass would have to actually walk up into the trailer to get close to any of the traps that the Banana Sauce Union has set. And she hasn't. I don't think she's been inside that trailer one goddamn time. And she ain't setting on no booby traps because she is a walking booby trap. True story. I've been stuck in this marriage for way too long. Why? I've been booby trapped. Gen X Mom.
All right, Christopher Sevick is asking, still can't find the phone?
I did find the phone, just didn't know what to do with it tonight. I don't have any headphones, so I don't know. And do we have any headphones here?
Possibly. T-Bone76 gifted 5 memberships tonight.
If you guys really want to, thank you, T-Bone, for doing that. I could grab a couple of headphones because we could take a couple calls. Let me pay some bills here real quick with you guys. Listen, if you didn't get a notification from YouTube or at any time from anywhere, you got to join Patreon. Someone can put up the Patreon link. It's $1. $1 really helps us. And it goes a long way. Not only on Patreon do you get to scroll behind 4.5 years of behind-the-scenes stuff that public doesn't get to see, but you also, Patreon is the only place we shoot you an email and we say, "Hey, man, we're going on in half an hour. We'll see you there." Those are smoke signals. They're smoke signals that nobody can stop us from sending. We are broadcasting from the Loop Studios 9 miles away from the Sun Valley Fox's bunker, so we are outside the exclusionary zone. This is a smoke signals territory. You go a mile that way and you're inside the Sun Valley Fox's domain, smoke signal free. Yeah, you can't do it, can't have it, ain't going on. Out here, we can do it, we can send it, you can see it, you can read it, we can all show up in the same place. But it's $1. If you don't have $1, go out to your car. Mike Perkins scrapes up $1. He's an Uber driver here in Reno. He goes out to his '87 Ford Escort, scratches up between the seats in the back where people sat all day. He gets up with 85, 95 cents, almost pays for his $1 every month. That's how Mike Perkins makes a living, scratching out 85 cents from the backseat of an '87 Buick one evening at a time. Go, Mike. All right. Okay, so if we do this, let's see if you can hear me and I can hear you. Let's see if we'll do that. Let's see if we got a little bit. Whoa, what the fuck is going on here? You gave me defective headsets.
Here's another one.
Man.
Here.
Hold on. You fucking up here. You talk while I do this now since you can do this.
I don't have anything to talk about.
Well, good broadcasters will make shit up. Yeah, you gave me broken ones. These need to be fixed.
There we go.
Aren't there good ones in there? Why are you giving me the shitty ones?
You know what? Just accept what I'm giving you.
Oh, my God. Why can't we get some good headphones around here? Oh, those will fit your ears nice. All right, let's see. Dum, da, da, dum, 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 dum. And we'll put these
got so upset the dog ran in here.
One. Can I hear me? Can I hear me? Yes, I can. Okay, 1, 2, 3, I can hear me. You don't really need to go to the trouble of putting everything away, Miss Neat and Tidy.
Just get out of the way.
Uh-huh.
Knowing you'll pick up the stupid ones.
All right, here we go. All right, you're in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's good right there?
Yep, that's good.
Okay, so for the remainder of the show, I don't even know if I've got the phone number here. You guys can call in and we'll talk about whatever. But I swear to God, if you sit here and stutter and drag things out, then I'm moving you along. I'm going to find something clever and witty to say, and we're moving on, goddammit. All right, so let's see. Gen X Mom. I don't even know if I got the number. There, the number. Boom, 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 boom. Look at that. There's the phone number, like a trained broadcast professional. if you want to call in and have a conversation with us, we can talk to you for a few minutes. It is a neighborhood show. You can tell us what's going on in your neighborhood. You can bring up any topic you want, and we'll talk back to you. All right, who's calling in first? Dum, 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 dum. Uh-oh. It's my nemesis, Dr. Evil Shadowlight. Let's see if this works. Dum, 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 dum. Can you hear us? We can hear you. Hello? It didn't do it. Why is it not doing it? Go, go, go. Hello, Dr. Shadowlight.
Yep, I can hear you.
Oh, we can hear
Okay, now I can hear him. Boy, that was weird. All of a sudden, it went dead and then came back. What can we do for you, sir?
Hey, so why are you sullying the Banana Sauce Union's good name?
I'm sorry. You guys set traps intent on murdering the leaders of opposite and anti-antagonistic unions, like myself, the general for Gen X Talks, like the Sun Valley Fox from his nation. You're trying to take out your competition's leaders. Sullying your reputation is what the least you should be worried about. Why don't you be worried about reprisal?
Well, you gotta pick up your feet, not shuffle your feet. We can do some physical therapy for that, General.
He had to go there. Now, not only am I a general, I'm a big fat general that drags his feet. You know what? Maybe I'm sauntering with style. If you don't know how to saunter correctly, then you wouldn't know. Part of sauntering is dragging your feet. Yeah, it's a style. It's a choice. It's a lifestyle choice, Dr. Shadowlight. God damn it.
So you're doing the tango in my trailer there, or what?
No, I would have said I'm tangoing. I'm not tangoing. I'm sauntering. Sauntering is a little more sultry, a little slower.
You sashay?
I did sashay once, but that was only in front of the draft board.
Could you demonstrate that real quick?
Not a fucking chance. No. Not a chance. You know what video we do have that we never showed anybody was when you videotaped me on the way back with my stick that whooshed. I was walking Ranger and I found a stick that was like 4 feet long, and it would whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And I start doing that out in the middle of the field. She's filming me. And she goes, "What are you doing?" And I said, "The stick, listen." Whoosh, and you can hear it. So no, not only am I not going to saunter, I'm not going to sashay, I'm not going to tango. I'm also not going to let you guys see my Jedi stick, because that's personal. So there.
I thought it would be like a whoop-ass stick. Is it your whoop-ass stick?
I asked him that. I asked him if it was your well, shoot, what'd your grandma tell you to go do?
Go get a switch.
Oh yeah, switch. I asked him.
It was a perfect one for get a switch and smack me with it, but it would break. I took it home. I saved it. I've got it.
You know, you're getting older when you get a whoop-ass stick and then you start saving those sticks.
I saved it. I did. I'm not ashamed to admit it. It is the perfect switch. It is the perfect Jedi stick, and I saved it. I'm just not showing you the video. I fucking got it. Maybe I'll put it up on a members-only site, but that's as far as it goes, and that's it. Members only.
Well, that's fair.
All right, Dr. Shadowlight, I'm going to let you go, but thank you for the use of your trailer. It is performing flawlessly. It is effortless to pull. It tracks great, holds a lot of weight, does a good job, and it's such a blessing to have. Everyone here at Gen X Talks and my family, we can't thank you enough for making the effort to drive that halfway to us. We'll wash it up real good for you and drive it wherever you need it to go when we're done.
All right, well, just keep making some content, but stay safe and make sure you heal up those knees and everything.
Doing the best we can, my man. Thank you for calling in.
Yep, no problem.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And that was Dr. Shadowlight. Evil Dr. Shadowlight. Horrible, evil Dr. Shadowlight. Uh-oh. Briggs is calling in. Hello. Welcome to the Gen X Talks live stream. What is your name and where are you calling in from?
Oh, my name is Briggs, Gen Z Kid. You know, I have many aliases among the lands.
Yeah, how can we help you, sir? Is there anything we can do for you today?
Why aren't you at work?
Welcome to the neighborhood show.
Well, no, I haven't popped in. I feel like I've missed a few seasons. I don't know what the Purple Twinkie Army is and all that. You know, I think I missed a few episodes on the way here. I don't know what's going on.
The Purple Twinkie. Yeah, that's right up Danny H's purview. He is the Purple Twinkie Army.
But anyways, yeah, I'm calling in from the buffer zone, just outside the buffer zone here.
Oh, are you in the Sun Valley Fox bunker?
Yes, I am.
You are.
I had I had a home cooked meal, some cookies,
cookies.
You're right. Not having milk was a little bit of a letdown, but hey, the cookies made up for it. I wanted to call in. I haven't.
Well, I'm telling you, you got to avoid the peer pressure there. You don't ever want to join the Sun Valley Fox Nation. And you also, when you say, "Hey, these cookies are really good. Do you have any milk?" He will run over with a highball glass of Pendleton and go, "Try it in whiskey. It's just as good. Dunk that chocolate chip cookie in some Pendleton rye. Tastes mighty fine to me." Don't go for that. It's not what you think.
I'd like to break him in. I'd like to say to anybody, Sun Valley Fox Nation's great over here. We got cookies. The meals are great. Free food. It's awesome. It's awesome over here. I'd say Banana Sauce Union and Sun Valley Fox Nation have an alliance here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, they got problems. It doesn't matter. You guys can be the evil axis of powers anytime you want. I'll just simply quote World War I, World War II, Revolutionary War. We're a good old American company. We win, you lose. Go ahead, bring it on. We're ready for you. World War III.
How do you know you're on the good side? How do you know you're on the good side?
Just take one look at me.
Hey,
hello.
History's written by the victor, my friend. So you better hope you win.
Every time. God. Okay, so
hey, wait.
I'm going to hang up on him. Go ahead.
Gen Z Kid?
Yeah.
One of your fans in the chat is asking, and Trippy posted this in the sheets. Ravens wants to know when the next jukebox show will be happening.
So probably April 33rd is when I'll do the next one.
That's not funny.
I'm laughing.
It must fall. I'm sorry. The jukebox shows are probably going to fall to me. One more burden to add to my shoulders. I miss them too. I like them.
Star Roberts,
you have to do them. What?
And Star Roberts is asking. Star Roberts is now asking also. You have fans.
I know I have fans. I know.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, Donna's right. I'm trying to find a job. Donna's right. Yeah.
And so while we're finding the job,
because at 8:00 at night, you keep looking for those jobs really hard.
Man, you're breaking up a lot.
Yeah, if you got time for video games, you got time for your fans.
It's really hard to hear you.
All right, well, say goodnight, Gracie, and I'll hang up on you.
All right, I'm not saying that, but I'll see you guys later. Bye.
He's out. Wow, you didn't even say goodbye to your son.
No, I'm a little upset.
You didn't even say goodbye to your son.
I like the jukebox shows.
Everybody does. But he's got his own reasons. Getting a call from Ontario, 705 area code, no name. Should we take it?
Go ahead.
Okay, let's go. Hello, caller. If you can hear us, tell us your name and where you're calling in from.
I'm Jamie calling from Canada.
Jamie from Canada. What's going on, Jamie from Canada?
Yeah, I just got I don't really want to turn it into a political thing, but I got a question about how the general feels about something that Trump is doing.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, I want his opinion, his feelings on what's going on with this Briggs fellow that they're trying to bring back from El Salvador, and why he's digging in his heels so hard and saying that he can't do it. I'm just trying to see what the general thinks about it.
Well, one of the latest things, and this is an evolving situation, was he was blaming it on the head guy in El Salvador, the president or the dictator, whatever you want to call him. He's like, no, I can't bring him back. He won't let us. He's in charge of the prison. And but even if he comes back, I mean, there's, the moment he comes back, he is still, everyone says, well, he can come back and be with his family. And they're like, no. Even if they make us take him back the moment he's back, he is still in our country illegally. He has broken the law, and he will be detained and deported. He's gone again. Now, if they did it in the wrong order and they did it in the wrong way, if he's a legal citizen, of course, comes back and we apologize and we'll put you back where you belong. If he was working on his visa, if he had a green card, if he was doing things correctly and he was pulled out, yeah, hey, sorry we messed up. We'll bring you back and do your thing. But if this is just a question of we didn't follow our own procedures, but we ended up with the same result, I don't know that it's going to matter to bring him back and do it again. And I think part of the problem everybody gets hung up on is two things. One, there's going to be mistakes. in every bit of this. If Trump deports 100,000 people, you're going to be able to come to me and show me 1,000 that I would agree with you shouldn't have been deported. Why? Because mistakes get made. That's just how shit happens. When Doge comes in and makes cuts and they cut out 5,000 people, is there going to be some of those people that should have had their jobs? Absolutely. There's going to be mistakes along the way. You don't stop doing things. You just try to do the best you can at the mistakes. That's one. You got to focus on that. And number two, the thing that I don't think anybody's paying attention to, which just it's procedure, and this is when I think this is the last bastion of the Democrats. Well, we don't mind, looking for fraud and waste, but we don't like how you're doing it. We want the border secured and we want bad people gone, but we don't like how you're doing. Okay, I'm just an old Gen X guy. Fuck off, okay? Because you weren't doing anything. So you're doing it wrong. We don't like the procedure. The judges, you need due process. They don't mind they're not bringing up due process when someone comes in and does something bad here. They're skipping right over all that due process. Where was the due process for people who got beaten and raped or killed? They skip right over that and go, no, the due process needs to start now. Let's start the due process today before we deport him. And I got to tell you, there's a lot of Democrats and there's a lot of Republicans and independents that are just like, we almost don't give a shit anymore. I know Democrats that go, yeah, I hope the correct people get deported, but fuck it, we got to do something. I know Democrats right now, liberals that say, yeah, I hope Doge, I hope they're careful, in their cuts and things, but fuck it, we got to do something. Yeah, we're kind of all at that point. People said, how could you vote for Trump? What a desperate man you must have been. And I go, yeah. You've made me very desperate with the border, with the yes, I have become raise my hand. I've become a very desperate individual. You've created that. So if this is a wild out of left field thing that we did voting for Trump because it's out of desperation, well, you did it. And I do hope that I don't think they're ever going to touch Medicaid. They're never going to touch Social Security. They know not to do that. It's the third rail. Everyone would be fired. They know not to do that. They're just saying they're going to do it. There's no truth to that in any of it. No one would do that. No, it's political suicide for anybody to ever touch that. It's just a question now, and this goes back to your point. I think all they have to do is bitch about how things are being done. They can't argue with securing the border. They can't argue with cutting waste and fraud. So all they can do is bitch and moan about the process. That's my feeling on, and it narrows down to your specific question. I hope that answers it for you. I was being honest.
Well, I mean, that kind of helps a little bit, but it's been determined that the guy isn't even. He's not affiliated with any gangs. There's no proof of that. He's not even from El Salvador, so why is he there? And also, why is he digging in his heels so hard to say that, no, we don't have the power to bring this guy back when the Supreme Court said in a 9-0 decision, you must bring him back? I just don't get. Okay, well, I'm just trying to get your opinion on why
three questions there.
His heels in so much.
All right, 3 questions there. One, you said he wasn't gang related. Everything that I've seen says he was tied to MS-13. Now, is that not true? And if let's say it's not. Let's say there's no gang affiliation. He was still here illegally, right. So he's gone. Now, didn't he get deported?
No, he was a legal citizen.
No, I think we're talking about 2 different guys. Then maybe we're not on the same page on that because the guy I'm thinking about
the Abrego guy.
I'd have to look it up. Let me see. We got a little time here. Let me look it up for you. I don't mind doing it.
That's the same guy.
I just want to make sure we're talking about the same dude. Okay,
right.
But who is it again? You want me to look up?
His name is Abrego.
Juan Garcia Abrego. All right, let me see if I can find it.
That's the one, I believe.
Yeah, it says he is from El Salvador, so that would be the place to deport him. You said he wasn't from El Salvador, but he is. That's what I'm just looking at the BBC thing. That's the first thing that popped up. And who knows if the BBC has got their head up their ass. And it just says right there, and this is the guy I was talking about. He is from El Salvador.
Apparently he doesn't even have a criminal record, I heard.
Just
So
reported.
how did he get caught up in this?
It was deported in error, and they're saying the same thing. Deported in error because of a procedural error. But the White House, the United States, still says he is designated a foreign terrorist because he is tied to the gang MS-13. Have I seen the proof of that? Has someone from the White House gone, hey, General, look right here. Here's your proof. I haven't. I don't think in all the stuff I've been reading that I've ever actually seen anything. But even in today's thing, they're still saying the reason he's gone is because he was MS-13. But it does say judges all the way up to the Supreme Court have ruled that Mr. Abrego Garcia was deported in error, and the U.S. government should help facilitate his return. Now, that doesn't sound like a 9-0, get him the fuck back here, you fucked up. I'm just reading what they wrote right here. I thought the same way. I thought the judges said, hey, you have the power to do this, but if he was deported incorrectly from procedure, whatever, you should bring him back. That's just what this article says. We are talking about the same guy. Okay. Have I actually seen the proof? Nope. No one has shown me anything. One side of the aisle says he's tied to MS-13. One side says he's not. I don't know. I don't know the guy, and no one has shown me absolute proof, and I don't know that they ever will. It would help. It would help you and I if they would just show us the stuff till we know one way or the other. But that's all it says, is that it's got a link here. It says, here's all the MS-13 links with this guy. I'm not clicking on these things to go through, but I wanted to clear it up. If I didn't answer it correctly, I make sure we're talking about the same guy. And then that's what the BBC had to say. I don't know. Maybe the BBC's got it wrong, but that's how I feel. If he's here illegally, however he's going back, he should go back. I don't care if he's tied to MS-13. I don't care if he's just here. If he doesn't have the proper paperwork and didn't do it right, if he snuck in, just got to go. I'm not mad, but just, go, you do you over here. Come here through the correct channels, and I'm all for it. That's how I feel.
Sounds good. Correct or incorrect? I just wanted to get your opinion on it, General. Thanks for weighing in.
Yeah, there you go, my man. I'll always answer you honestly. I mean, we may not agree on some things, we may on others, but I don't know. That's where I'm at.
Sounds good. Thanks for talking.
Hey, it was Jamie from Canada, right?
That's correct.
He's got to call back again. I dig that guy. Thank you for calling in, Jamie. Appreciate you, my man.
Not a problem. I'll try again in the future.
There we go. See you later. See, I took the time. Did I not take the time to look it up? That's who I thought it was.
You did great.
I don't know that, he's talking about, is there proof? Is there not? I don't know. The White House says there is. Other people say there's not. Have I personally seen it? No. That's all. Yeah.
Your brother from another mother is here. Tamas is in the house.
Tamas is in the house. When you guys see Tamas names go by, I want you guys to realize he is a member of the Gen X Talks community, a member of the Gen X Talks family. He lives in Israel. He stands a post on a wall with a weapon as far east as we can get to protect all of us where we can have these shows. Whenever you see Tamas's name go by, don't feel like Florida Man. Put up the Israeli flag for him right there. That's a big, big thing. You put that up for Tamas, let him know. You give him a little salute right there. Put up the Israeli flag. Let him know you support what he's doing. His family was attacked back in October 7th. He lost a relative in it. Yeah, Gen X Mom.
He also wrote in the chat, completely tired and still had to show you all that I still guard the border and will always guard it. Love always, dear friends. Just wanted you to know that he's in. He just stopped in.
I need you guys to remember how close Tamas and I are. We're like brothers from another mother. We went to different high schools together. You can even look on page 37 of both books, and we're right there side by side. How's that for being close?
He also has his big green 3.
Big green 3 for Tamas. He's been sticking around a long time through thick and thin, through war. He keeps contributing. Thanks, my man. I appreciate you. All right, we taking any more calls?
Laura is chiming in, member for 37 months. New info, MS-13, wife abuser, and came here illegally. She's chiming in about the last call.
And I would say the same things, but I don't know that. I haven't seen all those things. They say it, but I haven't seen the documents. So I'm not going to tell Jamie.
I'm just reading the chat.
I'm not going to tell Jamie from Canada he's wrong. I don't know. I think he is, but he thinks I am too, maybe. And look who we have calling in right now on the Gen X Talks hotline. Actually, he called in on the bat phone. That's Danny H.
Hey, boss man, what's happening? Hey, I just wanted to touch base with you really quick.
Yeah.
Say hello to Mama X. Give her a big hug for me. After another terrible harvest, I'm giving up my career as a farmer, but I'm going to try to be a DJ.
Hey.
You're going to be a DJ? What music are you playing?
Yep. I don't know yet, but I got a ton of sick beats.
See, I think that's a farming joke. I think that's a farming joke. Sick beats.
Yes.
Giving up farming.
He said that with a straight face.
Let's make sure he gives up comedy also. That'd be a good. That's a good suggestion there.
You delivered that perfectly.
He needs to have his own.
That's next on my list.
Dancing monkey in the background. Little thing right there. Oh, Danny, what the hell, man? So what's it like in your neck of the woods? You get your deck fixed?
Yep, the deck is complete, and I will be sending no more unsolicited deck pics to anybody. It's done now.
He was sending me deck pics, and I wasn't even asking for them.
Wow.
I know.
Yep, totally unsolicited.
Bunch of hardwood.
We got that good to go.
Hardwood deck pics. See what I did there?
Now who needs a rim shot?
I didn't get any of those pics.
No, Danny Days did not send you any hardwood deck pics at all. Not even one. Oh, you said damn like you're all disappointed. Chicks, man.
No, things chicks, right? No.
Yeah.
Things around here are going pretty good. The deck is complete. The bad weather has finally moved out for a little while anyway. No more tornadoes, and taking it one day at a time.
Well, as you know, you got a little bit of more of a leisurely path than we do. All this running back and forth, loading up, driving. I'll tell you, it's something. The weight of this trailer wasn't overweight at all, but the way these guys loaded it and with how heavy this one was, and I'm sure you know about this a little bit, moving things around the countryside, it was pushing me down the backside of the pass. This is the first time I had to drop down a gear to make sure I wasn't burning up my rotors in the front. It was a little more challenging this time, so I don't know. I just need to pay more attention on what we're doing on there. But
they say there was a legend of the road one time that had his truck brakes burned up on him, and he just jumped out alongside and drug his feet, screaming, "Get out of the way!"
Yeah, I've done that. I've Fred Flintstone many a truck. It's happened to me before. So now you guys know. Also, you guys are asking, I don't know if you're asking right here. There's something coming through, but you guys have been asking me email, so I'll just say it out loud. I have not heard from Chris Cuomo in 13 days. I'm supposed to be in New York. They may bump me. I may not go. You guys know how that works. They get 20 people lined up, but they only need 10, and 10 aren't going to go. I don't know, but Chris did contact me directly afterwards. So there's still hope, but I don't know. And I'm worried that his staff is going to text me like 2 days before and go, be at this airport. And I'm like, well, I'm no longer in California. I'm near Reno. You should have checked with me and got me a Reno ticket. Or I'll be down there and hey, we heard you're in Nevada. Go to Las Vegas, go to McCarran Airport. No, I'm not there. I don't know that they're paying that close attention, but just for those of you asking, yes, we were supposed to be live in studio in person for the town hall on April 30th. I have not heard a word since. Just to be fair, if you guys are looking for that to happen, I'll go, but we haven't nothing concrete in place at the moment.
Right on. Now, I know other people are probably trying to call in, so I'm just going to drop off real quick. Y'all have a great night, and even better tomorrow, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Thanks,
Bye,
Danny. Appreciate you, my man. He's a cool cat. No matter what happens with Danny, he's a cool cat.
Yes.
He can call in and just talk about the air blowing through the vents in his house, and I'm gonna want to hear it. I don't care.
Yeah, Star Roberts is hitting again with 5 more memberships tonight on YouTube. Also, the Disney Kid has dropped 5 Gen X Talks memberships. One of our own staff members here.
We got a call coming in from Alabama.
Well, hold on. Christina Dvorak is dropping in saying, good evening, handsome general and mom and bottom of the glass nation.
Okay, you've made me miss the call from this now because you told me to hold on while it was ringing. So what do you want me to do now? Hold on. How do you hold on?
You could have just answered it.
I tried to. I tried to shut you up, and I said, hey, we're getting a call. And you're like, tell him to wait. Tell him to wait. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Well, hey, it's Chris, your blind friend from Alabama.
Oh, cool.
I have a blind friend? Yeah, we talked
the blind
about
Oni.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is right. We talked about that before. All right. That's funny. So what's going on in your neck of the woods?
All right, I got 3 things for you.
I'm ready.
3 things, General.
Hit me.
3 things. All right, first off, have you talked to Elon Musk about my robotic eye?
No, and I think there's a little problem with Elon and I. He's not really returning my calls.
Yeah.
There's a really long waiting list, too.
I think it might have been where I said something about the shape of his rocket. Got a little offended. I don't know. I mean, it's a masculine thing. What's your second one?
The second one is Twitch. So my friend is actually the one that got me into this whole channel.
Yeah.
And she used to watch you on Twitch.
Yeah.
But now whenever I view y'all's channel, I'm a member on YouTube. But whenever she tries to find it on Twitch, we can't find it.
Well,
have y'all stopped doing Twitch?
Yeah, you know what? We don't click the button as often because we only had a few viewers there. We should put what we should do. You see, Sammy Joe is one of our moderators. She's on staff here, and she moderates Facebook. And she was like, she knows Twitch very well because when Trippy Pineapple does gaming, he does streaming over there gaming. She's always over there helping him out because they're a couple. They're an item. They're a package. They go together. Gotcha. Trippy and Sammy are like peas and carrots. And yes, that's an Alabama joke. So, what we should do is just we should strip Sammy down. No more Sammy on Facebook. No more Sammy Joe on the personal page. Sammy Joe should just be relegated to Twitch because she's a girl and Twitch's logos are in pink, and pink and girls go together. And then you and your girlfriend can go back there and have a happy spot on Twitch. We'll even dedicate Twitch as the blind channel for you.
Oh man.
Wouldn't that be funny to say that? To say any of you that want to watch along in Braille, go to Twitch.
Hey, look. We have that technology.
Sure, we do.
I'm a teacher of blind students.
I got a question. What do you teach?
Third point,
go ahead. Let's do your third one first.
I actually teach cane travel. My third point was a joke. The original point of me calling y'all the first time was to ask you for a joke because those were the ones I loved the most. I heard your Seamus one last time.
Oh man,
just put me on the spot. Yeah, on the joke thing. Can I steal another one of that joke I stole from Iceman from Bodfish?
You have another one of his?
No, but I got one that I stole from Lotork.
Well, he's not in chat. Go ahead.
Did you hear did you hear the joke about the talking dog in the bar?
I certainly didn't see it.
Okay. Well, yeah, no kidding, you didn't see it. I want to make sure you heard it. All right, so this man comes into this bar with a dog, and the bartender says, "Hey, you can't have a dog in here." No, he's a special dog. He can talk, and if he can talk, then you should give us our beers for free. And the bartender says, "Okay, fine. If he can talk, I'll give you the beers for free." He goes. So the guy looks down at the dog and says, "How's the weather outside?" He goes, "Rough." He goes, "See, rough weather outside." The bartender goes, "That's not talking." And then he goes, "All right, I'll do another one. How was your day today?" And the dog goes, "Rough." He goes, "See, dog had a rough day." The bartender says, "Okay, stop with this nonsense. This dog can't fucking talk." And he goes, "Yeah, he can. You ask him a question." So the bartender looks down at the dog and says, "What was on the front page of the New York Times today?" And the dog just sits there. And the dog just sits there. And the bartender goes, "All right, see, get the fuck out of here." So the owner and the dog walk outside, and they're on the sidewalk, and the owner's getting pissed. He looks down at the dog and says, "Hey, man, what the fuck? Why didn't you just answer him when he asked you what was on the front page of the New York Times?" The dog looks up and goes, "I can't read."
Oh, shit.
See? How's that? Is that
Love
good?
It.
All right, now I have a question for you. If you teach...
Gotcha.
Teach blind kids, how do you know they're listening and paying attention if you can't see what they're doing?
No, actually, it's the blind leading the blind because I straight up teach blind people how to use the cane and travel around and cross streets.
So when one of your
I'm
students,
a professional street walker.
Okay, so when one of your students gets run over, do you turn around to the other ones and go, "Okay, I know you didn't see that, but let's all talk about what did little Johnny do wrong here?" Yeah, he didn't have his cane out.
I'm 0 for 1 on that one. I'm 0 for 1. I've thought about it. I've thought about what my response would be, but I am currently 0 for 1, and I've been teaching for 5 years.
I don't see how you're teaching them how do you know they're even paying attention? What if some dude's in the back just picking his nose? You're not going to know.
Well, I don't care about him picking his nose. I care about him crossing traffic.
What if he steps off the curb before he's ready? What happens?
How do you know if somebody's not following your rules?
It's the cane. The cane tap. So we use a cane with a metal tip that causes echolocation.
So he's a badass motherfucker. He sits down in front of that class and says, "Look, you guys don't follow the rules. Here, feel my cane. I will beat the shit out of you." He keeps them in line with fear, just like Darth Vader.
You know, except the dark side, The Blind Side. Whatever.
The Blind Side.
What are the ages that you teach? All ages?
Adults.
Adults, okay.
Adults. 18 and up.
That doesn't mean
because
it's better.
You got to be willing to push yourself out there.
Oh, I would think kids.
I have to worry about parents.
Oh, I would think the kids are more fearless. I really
but the parent factor
well,
comes in.
But the adults are the ones I can have cross interstates.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay, I see.
So the first thought that comes to his mind is, how can I get these blind people across state line? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Gotta go find the hooch somewhere.
Yeah, there's a hooches across state line. We live in a dry county. We got to get you guys on a bus.
ABC store.
Oh
man, I love this.
The laws.
Take up no more, y'all.
We got to get across the state line in a church van or something, because the laws are a lot more lenient over there. I can exploit you assholes and not get in any trouble.
What if it's across a bridge?
Hey,
how would they know? I guess they'd know. You'd know if you crossed a bridge in a car, right? You could tell.
Oh yeah, sense of feel.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, I've heard that about blind people. Their asses are very sensitive. So I'm sure going across that bridge, he's counting the right there in his ass.
Star Roberts has
too much
a
of
question.
A sensitive ass. All right.
He goes, why do they have Braille on drive-up ATM machines?
I have wondered that my entire fucking life.
Okay.
Because I'm certainly not going to walk up to the ATM and feel safe reading the ATM and not seeing nobody behind me.
Yeah.
And being like, oh, yeah, let me read these numbers while I type in my pen.
Well, yeah, you could have some dude with his nose on the keyboard. You wouldn't know. He's just typing away. But here's the other one. This is like walking up you drive up to McDonald's, and when you're going to pay, there's some things for you to read. And one of them says, if you need a Braille menu, let us know.
Let us know.
Well, I've already driven to the ordering desk. Yeah. I've paid at the previous window. I'm driving the car to pick up my food. I think we're a little late offering me a Braille menu. What do I know? I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. I don't know. Nobody asked me shit about this.
That's why I got my CNI girlfriend.
CNI girlfriend.
Wait. Awesome. Hold on. I got one. I bet she's a real looker.
Oh, she is?
Maybe she's put Braille all over her body. You have no idea.
Now, when an areola gets hard, it has Braille on it.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said, do you know why there's all those bumps around the center of a boob? So guys know what to do. We can read it and go, oh, that's what we're doing here. Okay, I got it now. I get it. So, is your girlfriend pretty?
Oh, yeah.
How do you know?
Gorgeous.
How do you know?
Because I felt every bit of her body. I painted her picture with my fingertips.
Oh, that just melted my heart.
That just makes me look like an asshole now, Now every girl just wants to date this guy, and everybody's like, see, General, quit being a dick to the blind guy. He's a sensitive man.
He's got a great sense of humor.
I've seen your I've heard your lip syncing videos. Nah, you got it covered. Don't you worry.
Okay, I showed that one time and then erased it. One time.
I pay attention.
All right, my man. I'm going to hang up with you. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate you.
Of course.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Thank you.
Bye.
That was a fun call.
That was a great
That was a fun call. It really was.
What a great sense of humor.
Absolutely. See, that's what you want, is to make people to make things lighthearted and fun and pay attention to what's going on. I dig that.
Yep.
Well, we are there's another caller. Okay, this one's from Chicago. So
Chicago.
In honor of where the Sun Valley Fox was born, we'll take one more call. One more call. Caller calling in from Chicago. What is your name?
What's up, Gen X Dad? My name is Joe, calling in from Chicago, South Side.
South Side.
Ooh, South Side of Chicago. That's a rough neighborhood, isn't it?
Once you get used to it, once you've been here your whole life, it's not too bad.
That's where my parents
keep your head under the radar,
Yeah, well, that's where Gen X Mom's parents were born, and I think they were even married there, weren't they?
Yes, they were.
And I say that with I understand the terminology and the abrasiveness of the South Side of Chicago. I've seen every movie and TV show based in the South Side of Chicago.
And the Sun Valley Fox was born there.
Studied up on Al Capone. I've watched The Untouchables a few times. I think I'm in touch with you.
It's funny you mentioned Al Capone. I just got back from took a little visit out to his gravesite in Elmwood Park.
Did you really? I'm jealous, man. I would love to do that. Seriously, that's the place I would go. If I was in Chicago, that's a place I would stop.
If you guys ever go out there, definitely check it out. It's got all his family members and all of his main hitmen, all of his main guys buried next to him.
Whoa.
I think his most recent relative just passed away in 2004, so the family line is still there.
Unbelievable. That's far out, man. That's cool information. How would I ever have known that unless a dude who's there with his boots on the ground called and said, "This is what I'm looking out my front door and seeing"? I wouldn't have known all that stuff. I appreciate that. Well, what else did you call in for today? What's on your mind, buddy?
Well, I got a quick question. Can we talk politics on this channel?
Yeah, absolutely. I may not be right, but I'll give you my best effort.
Well, I've watched your show for about a good year now, so I'm going to assume you're a little bit more on the right, more conservative. I don't want to get too far into it. We got some viewers here that'll have different opinions or whatnot. But there's one question I've been wanting to ask you. I don't know if you've heard about this guy, this Kilmar guy, this Venezuelan or Salvadorian guy that got deported. And it turns out he was a dad in Maryland, and I guess the Supreme Court found out that he was wrongly deported, and whole fiasco. They've been not talking about it on the news. Long story short, he's supposed to be back. They found nothing on this guy. What's your opinion on that?
The topic sounds very familiar. We just talked about that. A guy who called in a few callers before you asked the same question, and it's a weird thing. I just pulled up a quick article because I didn't think him and I were talking about the same guy. So I said, let me pull up an article. Let's just read it, make sure you and I are on the same page. And so it was the BBC network. And they said that the White House is claiming he had ties to MS-13. And, of course, there's other people that say he doesn't. I haven't seen the proof either way. I don't think they've shown anything. I don't think anybody's come out and said, look right here. Here's the proof. All right. Well, if he did, he didn't. I don't know. It sounds like he did. They say he was deported to El Salvador because that was his place of origin. Okay. And the Supreme Court says, but you did it wrong. And the caller who called in said the Supreme Court said you have to bring him back. Like I said, we just pulled up a random article and just read through the facts together. And it said the Supreme Court suggested that the White House do whatever they could to bring him back. But basically, it was at the discretion of the president to deport and do what he wanted because he had terrorist ties. It kind of puts it in a different purview. And so I said, well, I get what you're saying on that. My whole thing is, and it doesn't matter if he's a family man, if he's got a good job and he works at Walmart, if he's not supposed to be here, then you got to go. I want you here if you're contributing. If you're a good family man and you're not causing problems and you got a job, we want as many immigrants that want to come here and just do it, man. Love America.
So we want them legally.
Come in legally. That's it. There's lots of ports of entry. Exactly. If you sneak across the Rio Grande, well, sorry, dude. I don't, my sympathy and my tolerance kind of drops to zero. Because if you didn't have the patience and the courage to do it the right way, like so many do, then I gotta tell you to go. You just got to be done. So that's kind of where I left it with the guy. I said, they get hung up on the Democrats get hung up on procedure, and they say, well, he wasn't deported correctly with procedure. All right, that's going to happen. Guess what? That's going to continue to happen. And if you're supposed to be here and they deport you incorrectly, well, we made a mistake. Bring them back. Mistakes are going to be made. I don't want them, but it's going to happen. If you deport 10,000 people, you're going to get a couple hundred that you're going to have to go back and say, whoops, we got it wrong. We weren't supposed to deport you. You got swept up in the moment. That's how shit goes. That's how it all goes. When they do cuts to people, some people, they're going to cut 5,000 jobs. Maybe 100 of them shouldn't have been cut. Okay, we're sorry. We'll bring you back. I mean, that's just how this shit seems to work in the world. I get it. I don't like it, but it's better than doing nothing. We got to try, and we fix the mistakes as we go along. The bottom line with this guy that no one has been able to prove to me otherwise is no matter if he got deported correctly or incorrectly, MS-13 or not MS-13, everyone seems to be in agreement that this dude was an illegal alien who wasn't supposed to be here. Well, that's it for me. We're done talking.
That's verified.
Then we got to move on. That's it. It's just, why are we still talking about it? Just hang your hat on that argument and let's get back to work.
Yeah, I agree with you, man.
That's my opinion. I don't know.
I definitely agree with you.
I don't know. I'm just a dumb mechanic in the middle of the desert. What do I know?
No, hey, man, you got some strong points there, because out here, well, I don't know how it is out there in your neighborhood, but I live, with a lot of Hispanics, and I socialize with the people out here when I go to the grocery store, whatever, and get to talking to people. My family's Hispanic, and they get to talking to me about the whole thing, and there's a lot of mixed opinions. A lot of people saying, oh, he shouldn't have been deported, he should be back, but there's still that fact of the matter that he was illegal and potential ties to damn near a terroristic organization.
It's just, and that's where I leave it to. Yeah, when we got 1 foot in California right now, and 1 foot in Nevada right now, where we're moving to. And my wife and I have grown up in Southern California, so we've been around Mexicans and blacks and whites and rich people and poor people. We've gone through the whole gamut. And when people start talking about this, I go, let's make it simple. Was he here illegally? Yes. Okay, can we quit talking about it then? Well, what about his family? Okay, stop. Is he here illegally? Yeah. Okay. Can we move on then? We're done. You kind of got to put it to that point and say, this is just the way it is. And plus, because I'm an asshole sometimes to my friends when we're hanging out doing stuff back in the day, it was always fun to run into a house where you knew all your friends were having a party and you knew there were some Mexican people and you'd yell, "La migra!" and they'd all run. You yell immigration, and then they take. That's the kind of get you a little ass kicking. But usually my friends were funny about it, and you get them buy them a beer, and everything's good. So that's back in the day. It's good humor. But anyway, that's my opinion. Now you know what I know, which ain't much.
No, well, hey, man, I appreciate your opinion on that. I just really wanted to get on the show and just ask that.
Sure.
Like I said, there's a lot of mixed opinions out here. Hey, but before I get off the phone with you, I know you're going to wrap it up pretty soon. I got one more question. So,
yeah.
Your first show, your first views was your son. He used to come in and bust your balls. Hey, Dad, what do you think of Gen X Dad? I seen the shorts from back then.
Yeah.
So it started off with your son busting your balls and just kind of giving you a hard time, coming into the garage, whatever.
Yeah.
And now I see that you're like the main guy on the show. So how did it transition? Did it go from?
It still does.
Did you just basically take over?
No, he still does. He still puts up those shorts all the time. We're shadow banned on TikTok. We're kind of even shadow banned on the shorts on YouTube. But he'll still do those. Not as much because we've been moving, but he was filming them 3 or 4 a week. If you scroll back through the shorts, you're going to see all sorts of them. Sometimes he'll have me do a reaction video where, he'll say, watch this, and I'll watch it, and then I'll say some comment, and he goes, let me film you with your comment. And he'll have me do a reaction video. Those aren't as common. But there's lots of things that are. He said he wanted to film me tomorrow morning before we left here, so there'll be a new one, probably a new one that posts tomorrow. But they're still going strong. He's still posting them. Not quite one a day like he was doing back in the beginning of this. I bet he's down to 2 or 3 or 4 a week. But that's still quite a bit of posting compared to most people. Yeah. The other one is that 4 years ago he said, hey, let's do a live stream, and I said, what the fuck is a live stream? And we were on TikTok. He goes, we'll do a show, we'll do it, we get a live. And then it went from just doing on TikTok, and then it was Instagram, and then Facebook, and then when we got banned from TikTok, we just moved over to YouTube, and we started doing the live streams together. And then it got to be where he wasn't as interested in the live streams, teenager with girlfriend and friends and doing stuff. And you guys still wanted me to talk about shit, so I sat down in front, turned on the fucking microphone, and said, hey, what the fuck do you guys want to talk about today? Let's go. And I'm an old radio personality guy from the 80s, so you turn the fucking camera on and give me some Jack Daniels. Motherfucker, I'm there. You want to talk about me? That's my favorite subject. Let's go.
Well, hey, man, I got to say, you got the voice of a radio guy, man. You kind of give Art Bell vibes. I'm pretty sure you know who Art Bell is.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a heavy compliment. Thank you very much for that.
And you got the voice, man. Well, hey, man, Gen X Dad, thanks for your time, man. I love the show. I love what you're doing, man. You guys keep up the good work.
You call in.
Calling some more in the future.
Yeah, you call in whenever you want, my man. Thank you very much for chiming in.
Thank you, man. Take care. You guys have a good night.
All right,
see you later. Bye-bye. That was an unexpected way to finish the show. How fucking cool was that?
Very cool.
That was really fucking cool. I mean, my God, how do you got to go out on top? That's the way to go.
Absolutely.
He had some inside information about Capone. He's from a rough part of town and says, doesn't seem rough because I grew up here. And then he's got the accent, which you were digging the accent. I kept looking at you and you were mimicking the accent and he's going along. So it was strong.
That's like when you say, when you talk like that to
me. I know a guy.
I know a guy.
yeah. Well, he does it. He does it unintentionally. He's got that strong accent. You could tell that's not just some fucking jabroni walking around with his thumb up his ass in Chicago. That's a dude who pulls his coat collars up tight and is seeing what's going on under the brim of his hat. That's that dude. I met him in person. I can tell you that's his vibe when he's outside. He ain't fucking around.
We had great callers tonight. Absolutely great callers.
He's the type of guy who goes out in Chicago when it's 13 below and someone says, "Oh my God, this winter's harsh," and he's like, "It's winter? I didn't. Oh, I guess it is winter." I mean, that's the thing. Just so you guys know. Oh. Anyway, I guess that's it for us tonight. Is there anything else in the sheets?
There is nothing in the sheets. We are clean.
Wow, the light is green, the trap is clean, and the sheets are empty. Well, say goodnight, Gracie, and we'll call it an evening.
Good night, Gracie.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for listening in. Not sure where you're picking us up from, AM, FM, Sirius XM, or perhaps you listened in on the Armed Service Radio Network. Remember two things in life. Number one, wherever you go, well, there you are. And number two, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I'm out, baby.
Bye-bye.